Well, this has happened to many of us. I know it's happened to me. We go to the mailbox to find our water bill, open it up only to find this huge balance.
And that's when the first reaction is, well, that's got to be some kind of mistake. And in some cases, there's actually a reason for it. A drastically high bill can be a sign that you've got a leak somewhere in your home. In today's Angie's List report, how to spot a leak and how to stop it.
We often don't think about the plumbing in our homes until something goes wrong. A leak, if left untreated or undetected, can lead to serious damage and costly repairs.
Water can be your home's worst enemy, and leaving leaks unattended can lead to serious damage to your home. For example, a leak behind a wall could require drywall repair. A small drywall repair job could cost as much as $400. Not to mention if you end up with mold. For example, remediation on mold can be anywhere from hundreds of dollars to thousands of dollars.
One of the things we find is a lot of homeowners do not go into their crawl space or their attic. And we've actually had homeowners that have owned homes for generations and never been in the crawl space. But sometimes just a routine inspection of someone going into the crawl space and following the plumbing piping and checking those pipes often is one good way to find a leak.
It's always best to tackle plumbing leaks, even small ones, immediately.
Easy signs of leaks in your house could be the fact that you have stains on your walls, if you have wallpaper that's buckling, for example, or even a wooden floor that's buckling, or if you just smell a musty smell, you need to have that investigated.
There are a couple of simple ways to check if your toilet is leaking. Place a few drops of food coloring in the toilet tank and wait 15 minutes. If the food coloring has entered the toilet bowl without the toilet being flushed, you know you have a leak. Another thing you can do, lay toilet paper along the base of the toilet and flush the toilet.
If it is leaking, you'll begin to see the water wicking into the tissue paper. Or if it's dripping from the tank, it will drip down and it will hit the toilet paper and you'll see it. So that's one way that you can tell if there's even the slightest leak.
It's important to know where your water shutoff valve is located in your home if you do have a leak. If you can't locate it, a reputable plumber can help.
When hiring a plumber typically needs to have a trade license, a plumbing license, and you need to be sure that you're not confusing that with a business license. All companies typically need a business license to operate, but plumbing needs a plumbing-specific license.
Now, there are many common sources for water loss. For example, Angie says you should pay close attention to dripping faucets inside the house, a garden hose, maybe somebody left on by mistake. Angie also says a leaky toilet tank flapper valve could mean trouble, as well as a broken water line in the ground. Also, your water bill may not be the only sign that there's a leak inside your home. Angie says to look for mildew or mold. No matter how often you clean it, it still shows up if you have a hidden water leak. Also, look for damage on your walls. You might notice it coming through the paint or the wallpaper. Don't be afraid to look up. Stains on your ceiling are a bad sign. And finally, if there's any buckling or cracking on your floor, chances are hidden water is the culprit.
Good stuff to know.
Yes.
Well, now here's a look at what's coming up in the news on First at 5 on Fox 21 and later on WBOC News at 6.